I moved my daughter into the room my mother calls hers. So my mom has been living with us for about 3 years now. After my dad passed, it just made sense. We've got a 4-bedroom place, I've got a decent job, and honestly I felt like I owed her. She helped raise me, so having her close felt right. The thing is, we have 4 bedrooms but 5 people. Me, my wife Dana, my mom, and our 2 kids. Ellie's 11 and Sam's 7. When mom first moved in, the kids were little, so Ellie and Sam shared. That was fine back then. They were 4 and 8. They thought it was fun. But Ellie's 11 now. She's changing. She wants privacy. She doesn't want her little brother barging in while she's getting dressed. She's been asking me for over a year, "Dad, when do I get my own room?" And every time I had to tell her, "Soon, sweetheart. We'll figure it out." Here's the part that made it complicated. We have a 4th bedroom. It's the biggest one besides ours. And my mom uses it. Not to sleep in, she sleeps in the 3rd bedroom. She uses the big one as I don't even know what to call it. A sitting room. She's got her armchair in there, her sewing stuff, a little TV, some framed photos, a shelf of her romance novels. She goes in there in the afternoons to have her quiet time. So my daughter's been sharing a cramped room with a 7-year-old for years while a whole bedroom sits there being used as a hobby lounge for a couple hours a day. I brought it up gently, like 6 months ago. I said, "Mom, I think we might need to move your things so Ellie can have her own space. She's getting older." My mom looked at me like I'd slapped her. "That's my room," she said. "That's the one room in this house that's mine." I said, "I get that, but you sleep in the other one. This could just go back to being a bedroom. So I don't matter," she said. "I gave up everything to help this family and now you want to shove me in a box." And that was it. Dana tried too, a couple times, real polite. Every time it turned into my mom crying about how she's a burden and nobody wants her and she should just go to a home. She'd guilt me right out of the conversation. I kept caving. I hated it, but she's my mom. Then 2 weeks ago, Ellie came to me and she was upset in a way I hadn't seen. She said Sam had gone through her diary and read pages out loud to his friend on a video call. She was humiliated. She said, "I don't have anywhere that's just mine. Everybody gets a door except me." That broke something in me. I realized I'd been protecting my mom's feelings over my own kid for years. So that weekend, my mom went to her church retreat, gone 2 nights, and I made a decision. Dana and I moved everything. We took mom's armchair, her sewing table, her TV, her books, her photos, and we set it all up neat and careful in the 3rd bedroom where she actually sleeps. It's a little tighter, but everything fit. We didn't throw out a single thing. Then we painted the big room. Ellie picked the color, a soft green, and we moved her bed and her desk in. Gave her a lock for the door. She cried when she saw it. Good crying. My mom got home Sunday evening. She walked straight to her sitting room and the door was Ellie's, now closed, with a little sign on it, "Ellie made." Mom stood there in the hallway. "What is this?" she said, real quiet. I said, "That's Ellie's room now. All your things are in your bedroom. Nothing's lost. Nothing's broken. I moved it myself." She started shaking. "You did this behind my back, like a coward. You never would have said yes," I said. "I asked you for months. Ellie's 11, and she's been living without a door. That's done now." Mom went to Dana, then she called my sister, then she called me heartless, ungrateful, said she'd given her whole life to me and this is what she gets. She said that room was mine. I said, "It was never yours, Mom. It was a spare bedroom you were using for TV. My daughter needed a home in her own house. She comes first." She said, "So I'm nothing to you." I said, "You're my mother and you live here rent-free and you're loved, but my kids come before your sitting room every single time." She's been telling the whole family I threw her out of her own space. My aunt called to lecture me. My sister thinks I was too harsh. Ellie's slept behind that locked door for 6 nights now, and every morning she comes down smiling.